Hi everybody, this is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Wednesday, August the 8th, and welcome to our video commentary. As I'm sure you know, we had some elections last night. Primarily, the one in Ohio was the one that got all the publicity, but there was a bunch of other primaries across the country. Of course, a primary is an election within a party to nominate the candidate for the general election. Let's talk about Ohio first, because that's the one that got all the publicity last night. In Ohio, you had a district that was having a special election to replace a Republican representative who either resigned or passed away. I don't really remember right now the story, but it was a Republican district that President Trump had won the last time by 11 points. So it's the kind of district where you would expect the Republican to be easily elected. Well, it turned out to be a much closer election, I think, than anybody had anticipated. It's within a couple thousand points or a couple thousand votes. And, we'll see what happens. It has not been officially called yet, but I think all indications are that the Republicans are going to win that seat. I think there's a couple of messages there about that election. The first message is that the Democrats are obviously willing to go in and fight very hard to win one of these seats. In other words, to upset a Republican one in one of these districts. And the other message is that this has now happened 9 times and the Republicans have won 8 of them. So which means that despite a tremendous effort by the Democrats, despite spending a lot of money, despite having probably as big a turnout as they could possibly get, they still didn't do it. And I think that the message for the Republicans is, if you turn out, you're going to hold on to the House. That's, I think, the message from Ohio. If the Republican turnout is good in November, they're going to hold on to the House. If they don't turn out, then obviously the Democrats have a chance to win. So that's the first message. I think it's a wake-up call for the GOP that there has to be a good turnout in November if they want to hold on to the House. The primaries, though, were completely different. I think the message there was that the candidates who were backed by Bernie Sanders or the left wing of the Democrat Party, those candidates didn't do very well. The fact that Democrats from that wing of the party ended up losing each of the primaries. And I think there's a message there for the Democrat Party, and that is that those kinds of Bernie Sanders candidates, they can do real well in cities or maybe selected districts, but when you take them out of that more into let's say, middle-class districts, or some of these states that are more conservative, they just don't seem to have the same appeal. So the big winner last night was clearly the centrist Democrats, who were able to win some of those primaries. And I think the other message was to the Republicans, and that is that it's all about turnout. And if the Republicans can turn out in November, I think they'll hold on to the House. I have no doubt about that. That they will hold on to the House. Now, you're going to get a lot of other partisan analysis. You're going to get, obviously, both sides are going to claim victory, and I suppose that's what happens. But I think the message, again, is that the Bernie Sanders endorsement does not work on the Democrat side, and that on the Republican side, the Republicans have to turn out because the Democrats obviously will in November. Well, we have all of these commentaries on YouTube. We have them on my blog, and we have them on Twitter. And if this is your birthday, August the 8th, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.